Curtis Blaydes' next opponent in the UFC heavyweight division. Now, this took a lot of time and thinking for me to kind of figure out who will Curtis Blaydes fight next. He's already fought Derek Lewis, got knocked out. He fought Alexander Volkov. He beat him by unanimous decision. He beat Jairzinho Rozenstruik. So he's already fought the guy above him and the two guys that down below him as well. He's not going to go all the way down in the rankings because he just recently beat Jairzinho Rozenstruik, who's at number 6. So he's not going to go all the way down in the rankings or anything like that. He did say in an interview as well that he's only going to go above himself in the rankings. Derek Lewis already has a fight. Ciryl Gane already has a fight. Francis Ngannou already has a fight. Stipe probably is going to be fighting Jon Jones. So that only leaves Curtis Blaydes to fight either Stipe Miocic, Jon Jones loser, or Francis Ngannou and Ciryl Gane loser. Either one of those. If Francis Ngannou loses to Ciryl Gane, I would just say scratch that plan entirely because we've already seen Francis Ngannou knock out Curtis Blaydes twice, so that fight doesn't need to be replayed another time. But if Ciryl Gane loses to Francis Ngannou, I would just say Curtis Blaydes, Ciryl Gane, main event of a fight night. Boom, they're back in it with a win right there. And if say, for instance, Ngannou loses there, they're not going to do that trilogy. There's just really no reason. But then we got Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic. I would say whoever loses right here would fight Curtis Blaydes. Because if Jon Jones loses, he's not really in the best place to fight for a title or to fight any other big names in the heavyweight division. He's just going to look right back to get back in the mix of things to fight for another belt in the heavyweight division. And a fight with Curtis Blaydes does make sense. And for Stipe, if he loses to Jon Jones and Francis Ngannou 2 fights in a row, he's going to look to get back in the mix of things with a win over Curtis Blaydes. So I think the loser of Jon Jones, Stipe Miocic, or the loser of Francis Ngannou, Ciryl Gane, would be the perfect opponent for Curtis Blaydes. Because below him in the rankings, Volkov, I don't think they should do that rematch. Lewis, they're not going to do that one. Jairzinho already has a fight with Marcin Tybura. Chris Dawkins, he already lost to Derek Lewis right there. Shamil's fighting Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall's fighting Ciryl. Tuivasa's fighting Lewis. So this is the only real scenario that makes sense for Curtis Blaydes, would be the loser of Jones and Stipe, or the loser of Francis Ngannou and Ciryl Gane. The more preferable opponents would be Stipe or Ciryl Gane. I would hope the number one opponent for Curtis Blaydes would be Stipe Miocic. 2 of the best wrestlers in the heavyweight division would make for a perfect fight. So I personally would like to see Stipe versus Curtis Blaydes if all of this does shake out. But yeah, that's my thoughts there. I believe Curtis Blaydes fights either the loser of Stipe, Jon Jones. If it's Stipe, that's a perfect fight to make, or the loser of Ngannou and Ciryl Gane, if the loser is Ciryl Gane. But put your thoughts down below. Who do you guys think that Curtis Blaydes should fight next? Maybe you think he should go all the way down in the rankings and fight a Tom Aspinall, a Chris Dawkins, or something like that. But put your thoughts down below. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll see you in the next video. Let's go.